We've waited long enough, but finally, it's time for baseball. It's opening day, and I am jacked up, and so is Mr. 69, David Aardsma. DA, are you pumped?
I'm pumped. I'm jacked up, James. I can't wait. This is my favorite day. It's opening day. I love opening day. It's a special. It should be a national holiday.
Agreed. I absolutely agree. What happened to your finger, by the way?
It's been like this for like 5 weeks, bro.
Oh, that's right. I
Like
forgot about
6 weeks. Come on, man.
All right.
Well, I was planting plants in the back, and I popped the tendon on my finger, and it was like dangling. And now it's like this for like 5 weeks. But thank you for noticing.
Do you plant tulips?
What?
Do you plant tulips?
Yeah, I've got tulips, sir.
Okay,
Arizona, you
tulips on my butt
would be good. Good to grow here. I got a bunch of tulips.
Yeah,
I'm not even gonna acknowledge your joke. I've got lime trees. I've got raspberry, blackberry, boysenberry. I've got 2 different types of orange trees going. I've got strawberry guava. I've got peaches. I've got Hong Kong orchid. That one's actually going pretty good right now. Tulips everywhere. I've got grapes. Everything, man.
What, you can make your own wine too? I love it. I love it. You can start your own concession for opening day. Wine, strawberries. It sounds good. Do the schnozberries taste like schnozberries?
Oh, I got blueberries. That's new.
There you go. All right.
Yeah.
Enough about your planting and your tulips. Give me some memories of opening day for Mr. Aardsma. What was that first opening day like for you?
First opening day. So I got drafted the year before from Rice with the Giants. Made the team opening day, which is pretty dang cool. And back then that didn't happen that often, right? And so we were down in Houston. So now Rice is in like downtown Houston. So we're down in Houston, and it was amazing. It was electric. I had like 40 people there, 45 people there to watch the game. The amount of tickets were just ridiculous. It was amazing. Just the pageantry of all, and the Astros were really good at the time, like the Biggio, Bagwell, Berkman, Hidalgo, Jeff Kent. I mean, up and down that list ended up being a World Series basically team in 2 years against the White Sox, and it was just electric. I didn't pitch opening day. But then the very next day, day 2, I ended up making an appearance and getting my first win. But it was so cool. And looking across the line and seeing like Berkman, who was a Rice guy, giving me love, and then Brad Lidge, who went to the same high school as me, Cherry Creek High School in Denver, Colorado, give me some love over there, and it was quite special.
That is awesome. Now, what was it like, though, that first day when you had all your friends and family over there? How much of a distraction was that? Because I can imagine 40 people, they all want to see you before the game. They all want to see you after the game. What was that like?
No one sees me before the game. I'm not seeing anybody before the game. They can want to all they want. No, man, that's for me, for my prep and everything. So I was not a before the game kind of guy. It was after the game. If you want to hang out after the game. Now I'm going to go to lunch or something, so maybe we can meet for lunch. But it's on my schedule, right? It's on my timeline and my schedule and all that stuff. So the distraction really wasn't too bad. It was to me, it was just, you get done with the game and then you spend time and then you figure that all out. I ended up hanging out with my girlfriend a little bit and my best friend and stuff, because they were all still down. My best friend was still down in Houston going to Rice. And then so after the game, that's when I kind of saw everybody, said hi to everybody, and then I went and hung out with them. And then the second day when I ended up pitching, I got my first win. I think we ended up going to IHOP that night. And that's we kind of celebrated my first ever major league game and everything at IHOP.
And between your tickets on opening day and IHOP, your entire signing bonus was gone.
Yeah, right.
Oh my Lord. Well, that is very cool. When I think of opening day, I only think about one guy, Kaz Matsui, because the only time Kaz Matsui would hit a home run for the Mets was on opening day. He hit it 2 years in a row on opening day, and that was that. So I always laugh about Kaz Matsui on opening day. Yeah, unfortunately, I would be in school most of the time. The games are 1 o'clock, 4 o'clock, so I'd never get to watch. And that's what I really hate about opening day. It's the only thing that really bugs me. I understand it's early in the year and you want to do it during daylight time, but you know what? The kids need to be able to watch the game too. And if they're in high school or if they're in grade school and they don't have a chance to watch, how are you going to grow the game?
Yeah, that's the only thing I don't like either is that the day game opening day. Trust me, I get it. I understand why you do that sort of stuff, but there's something about just being able to see it. And one of the cool things, traditions I had with my dad, and this is some of the best memories I actually had about opening day, was like skipping out of school, going to the Rockies opening day. I remember he took me to the first ever Rockies game. So we were living in California. We ended up flying back for that Rockies game. And I met Don Baylor before the game. And that was one of the coolest things ever. And then we had a tradition of going back and seeing the Rockies like first opening day. I think we did it all the way up until like 99, maybe even 2000. We did it. Yeah, 2000. I think we did it 2000. The only reason we might not have is because my high school baseball, if we had something we had to do and not be able to make it with that. But then obviously once 2001 hit and I'm at Rice, that made it much more difficult. But we kept the tradition alive as long as we could.
Yeah, that is awesome. My parents would never let me do that. They just weren't as cool as your dad. They would just be like, "Oh, there's school going on. You're going to school."
Made it baseball was a tradition. It's
Yeah.
awesome.
Well, I mean, for you, you ended up becoming a baseball player. Baseball was the most important thing in your life and provided your livelihood. So I
No.
can totally understand it.
At that time, no, man, because you're like middle school, high school, and stuff like that. It's just you just love the game, and my dad loved the game too, and the pageantry. It's funny because he wasn't even really that big of a baseball fan growing up. It was more of just the opening day was just different. It's
Right. Opening day, as we mentioned, is today. And before opening day,
wait, hold on. Did you
sorry,
go to an opening? Have you ever gone to an opening day?
I've never gone to an opening day, not
Why don't
once,
you go today,
because I had to record with you today and I have other things that I need to do.
dude? Come
It's
on.
it's fine, you know.
Now there's excuses.
No, it's not that big of a you have to understand something. I also got spoiled when it comes to going to games. You know, I spent all those years not paying for a ticket because I had a press credential and I would go to the stadium, or the other times would be, oh, you know, David got me tickets, or, you know, because I'd be in, you know, the family section when I get tickets from you. So like, it's weird for me now to like pay for a ticket. It almost hurts. I know it sounds terrible, but it's the truth. It's just weird for me to pay for a ticket.
Yeah, I get it. Yeah, that's definitely a weird thing for me too. When I go up and I'm going to buy tickets and stuff like that, but you get over it.
Yeah, no, it's not a bad thing. It's just, you know, today I wasn't able to do it for multiple reasons, including a doctor's appointment later today. So as I was starting to say, today's opening day, and the Toronto Blue Jays made one last ditch effort to try to get Vlad Guerrero signed before opening day, but they said that they both remain a little far apart on the actual contract details, even though they have said that they were 15 million apart. I don't know about you, David. You've gone to this point with free agency. If I'm Vlad, I take it all the way. I'm not sitting there signing that extension. You gave them until opening day, and that's all fine and dandy. I would not negotiate with them again. I would wait until the offseason and get my money. What do you think?
To me, I never understand the reason to put a hard line on it. I get the idea. I get the idea behind it. You put this hard line. You're not going to sign after opening day. You're not going to focus on it. Screw that. If I'm the team, I'm not even paying attention to it. I'm not respecting it. I have no respect for hard lines when it comes to negotiation, because if they come up with the number he wants and the number he thinks he deserves, the line doesn't mean anything. It doesn't matter who you're even talking to at that point, because it's so easy nowadays to just send a little, even if you have an agent and the agent's going to like, I'm not even going to talk to my player about any offers and all this stuff. Cool. You just tell the uncle, anyway, by the way, we got a number and it's the number you want.
Yeah.
So-and-so's not talking to you. You know, you just kind of undermine it and you just say, hey, like I'll negotiate with the player directly. It's whatever. If you're not going to tell your player, that's how I would do it. Maybe I'd lose a lot of respect from agents. I don't care less, because if I'm going to give you the number, I'm going to give you the number. To me, that it's great and dandy and say it publicly. I also don't understand why publicly anything needs to be said. If those things are happening, let them happen behind closed doors. I don't need to save face with my fans. That's the only thing. That's the only reason these things leak is they're trying to save face with the fans and slowly make the player look bad. That is George Steinbrenner 101. Make the player look bad by telling the fans what your negotiation is. And that's to try to get public sentiment. So if they don't sign them, it's the player's fault. That's the only reason you do this.
Well,
It should never be public.
Let me play devil's advocate, though, because if you're Vladdy's camp and you want to get out there, okay, this is what we're looking for. They're not quite there. You know that another team will get it into the stratosphere that, hey, I'm the Yankees. We're willing to go to X amount of dollars.
There's going to be teams willing to go there regardless. And that's the thing about it is like we already know the number. Like that's the thing. They're not saying the number, like, and when they do say the number, we're all going to know it. The moment he's out there in free agency, there's going to be teams to have that conversation with. All that's telling teams is that there's a hard line on a number. At the same time, if you're still even having conversations with the team, that number, yeah, it's a hard line, but the team reaches it, you're going to sign the deal. Who cares? The only reason if the team gets to that number, and the only reason you would even talk to anybody else because you don't want to be a Toronto Blue Jay.
Right.
And at that point, just cease all negotiations. Don't even have any conversations and just tell the team, no matter what you tell me, no matter what number you come, I'm going to play the field. I'm going to go out there. Just tell them that. Or you're just stringing them along and it just makes you look worse. That's the thing about it. If he came out and said, hey guys, I'm going to be a free agent. This is my one opportunity to go out there and have conversations. Like I love the Blue Jays. Like, come to that number and I will compare it to everybody else. But just tell everybody right there straight up, I'm not going to sign anything until I'm a free agent. Like tell me that last offseason. And then go from there. That's my only problem with it is like I would respect that a lot more if I was a fan than if I did constantly have these little nibbles and have this hard line and still have nibbles and hard line. I don't like that as much as I would be like, good, no matter what you do, I'm going to go to free agency. Just let me know that you're there if you want me.
What does Mr. 69's ESP tell him? Will Vlad Guerrero remain a Toronto Blue Jay?
No.
I'm kind of in the same boat. I think they had the opportunity.
I don't want. To me, this was an incredibly lost opportunity by the Blue Jays in 2018. They've had 60. I don't feel bad for the Blue Jays at this point. They've had 7 years. 7 years. You saw this coming in 2018. Like 2015, you saw it coming. Whatever. You just saw it the moment you signed them as a kid. You saw where this is going. It's not a hard conversation to have. We saw it in Double A. You're like, this is different. I've never seen anything like that. I had never seen a prospect like that. You see good, well-rounded prospects. And Bobby Witt Jr., like in the minors, looked great. Vladdy looked on another level.
Right.
Vladdy just the power and everything at ages that don't correspond with the following competition. You know, like we talk about all these guys with the Orioles. Still, they're good with their competition. They're better than their competition. Vladdy was like a man amongst boys.
Yeah,
and you could tell it just by intelligence and the field presence and the power. No one else had that. You had 7 years. Sign them to a long-term deal back then. Sign them to a 15-year deal. The way like Tatis Jr. Like he never got remotely close to free agency, and they signed him to a big deal. Now we're looking back and go, okay. If Vladdy had the numbers he's had with the contract Vladdy or the contract Tatis has, right, that's a steal of the century.
Mm-hmm.
But they don't do that. They didn't do that. They held their hands, and now they're sitting back going, no, we're going to lose the superstar we've always wanted. They're going to lose him. Like they were trying to sign Ohtani for more money than they already have the superstar. And they could have signed him for way less. That's my problem is I don't feel bad for the front office. I do feel bad for the fans if he ends up going somewhere else. I do not feel bad for the front office. And the fact that we all knew what you had and you spoiled it.
And Baltimore, take note. You have a couple of guys over there that you better take care of soon because Gunnar is going to cost you a fortune.
They've already waited too long. That's the problem with these guys. Like how do you not see Gunnar coming? right? Adley, like Gunnar, like these guys, all these guys, like sign them young, sign them long term, especially hitters. Sign young hitters to long term contracts. Hitting doesn't get that much worse. Like even when hitting declines, it declines to good. Great declines to good. Like pitching can go from great to bad, like and bad to great. Like and one injury and you lose years and all this stuff. I understand not signing pitching to these long-term deals unless it's a super friendly deal. Hitting does not decline. Like even Tatis Jr., like, oh man, like, he's struggled over the last couple of years, and it's still an adequate contract for what he's done. And we thought that would be a horrible contract if he wasn't a good hitter. And so that's the thing across the market. Just sign young hitters. Like the A's are doing it right. The A's are doing it right. And they're signing them to great deals that they can trade for a lot of value too. And there's still value there. It's so hard to watch the Orioles with all this talent, and they're not locking any of these guys up for like these long deals.
Guys, let us know what you think. Go into the comments. Let us know. Do you think Vlad is going to remain a Blue Jay? Would you have signed them sooner if you had the opportunity? And how much money would you give Gunnar Henderson right now if you're the Orioles? Because there's a lot of questions with that. All right, Dave, are you in the mood to have a little fun?
No.
All right. Then the show's over. Everybody have a good day. No. Let's do a couple of over-unders. Let's go through the league. We have the over-under numbers, and you tell me over-under on each team.
Okay, so I know we were going to do the over-unders. I have not looked at the over-unders, okay?
Well,
I'm
that's why
not
it's
cheating
better.
on this. I like this. Let's go. I have it like pulled up, but I haven't looked at it.
All right. So the AL, let's start in the AL West. The Texas Rangers over under, according to all these are according to DraftKings, 85.5. Over or under?
Over. Way
Easily.
over. I think they're a 92, 93 win team. I think they're going to be number 2 in the American League.
Okay. Seattle Mariners, 84.5.
Ooh, that's accurate. That's at.
Well, that's why they do it. They make sure that they can get like 50% on each side.
I'm going to 84, so I'm going under.
I'm going to go over.
Oh, but how many though?
But not many. 86, 87. I still think they're a playoff team, so I'll give them that. Houston Astros, 87.5.
Yeah.
Yeah, is not an answer. Over or under is an answer.
I think that's a very accurate one. I'm going to go under by like a game.
I'm with you. Here's an easy over for the betting public. The Oakland Athletics, 71.5.
Oh, yeah. That's not even like, to me, unless there's something we are missing, I think this team's a lot better. And their division outside of the Rangers are not much better. Like the Astros declined. I think the Mariners didn't get better. The Angels are whatever they're going to be. The A's, I have them at, I think I predicted them at 81 games.
Wow. You got them a whole 9.5.
I got them 500. I got them right at 500 because I think they're going to improve 12 games, and they had 69, I believe, wins last year.
Cool. All right, and the aforementioned Los Angeles Angels, they are 71.5.
Over.
Really? I have them under.
I have them at like 72, 73.
Okay. Let's go. Let's see.
I don't think any team
just go in order of what they have on this
page. That's the problem. Is I don't think any team in that division's bad.
Oh, I think the Angels are a bad team. But anyway,
nope.
Next up, they have the NL East. The Atlanta Braves, 93.5.
Under.
I'm with you on that. I also go under. I think they're going to be in the high 80s. The Philadelphia Phillies, 91.5.
Over.
I have them slightly over. The New York Mets, 90.5.
Over.
I agree. Washington Nationals, 72.5.
Over.
I have them as under. Oh. And the Miami Marlins, 63.5.
I don't even know how the math works on this, but I'm going over.
I'm going under on the Miami Marlins.
You're going lower than 63?
Yeah,
Dude, that's just so tough to even take that.
dude, they're a bad team.
They're bad. Sandy's going to be gone. If he's healthy in the first month, he's gone.
Yeah.
They might wait just to negotiate, just to piss people off and to
Mhm.
drive something. But I'm sorry, if he's not a Yankee by April, I don't know if he's going to be a Yankee all year. Like by the month of April, he's not going to be a Yankee. They just don't have enough unless they go into their major league pile. I have to take over just so low.
Okay.
All right.
Next up, your Chicago Cubs, 85.5.
Over.
Okay, I have them.
I got 88.
That's actually the prediction that they have over here on this article that I'm looking at. God, I would say I'd bet over, but I would say 86. Like that is the
I think they're
perfect
a lot better team, and they're going to take advantage of piss poor teams in that division.
What do you have the Cincinnati Reds? 78.5.
Well, under.
Under. I have
They're not
them
a
over.
good team. They're not a good team. They will be a good team in about 3 years. They've got a couple good players. They lost some of their best hitters. They're very mediocre. Very mid. Very mid to below.
One guy. I just say Terry Francona, and I think the addition of him this first year will give them such a jolt that they're going to have a nice little year that people are not expecting.
To change the culture up and down an organization is going to take a lot longer than that. And they've got a couple players. They need like Ellie's got to have a lot more around him, and the pitching staff is very blah.
Okay.
Very blah.
Milwaukee Brewers, 83.5.
Anu. Under.
I agree, under. And the Pittsburgh Pirates, 77.5.
Under.
I would
have one of the worst offense in baseball.
Yeah, I would have said over.
Jared Jones already hurt.
That's it.
To me, great pitching staff, and they're going to lose a lot of ball games 3-2.
I would have said over if Jared Jones was healthy.
And the bullpen, we still don't know what we're getting out of that bullpen, and like that offense is just brutal.
All right, NL West, Los Angeles Dodgers, 103.5.
I've already said this under. But like I'm just saying because I'm hoping there's cracks in this team. They're probably gonna be like 105. Actually, I said under at 105. So I'm gonna say over at like 103.5.
Yeah.
I said under at 105. So my guess was 103. Like that's why I told people 103, 102. So I guess I have to take the under, but I'm taking it at like 103.
I'm taking over just because it'll be like 105. Arizona Diamondbacks, 86.5.
Over.
Okay.
Jared Montgomery didn't really affect that team.
No.
Honestly. And it sucks. It sucks so much that he doesn't even affect
I'll say
him.
under, but it's so close on that one. San Diego Padres, 85.5.
Over.
I agree. Over. San Francisco Giants, 80.5.
Under.
Okay, I'm gonna go
They're
over.
A bad team, and I don't. They just keep fighting mediocrity. Adames, awesome sign. You need more of that. Verlander, awesome. Keep going, dude. If Verlander's healthy, I'll say this: if Verlander's healthy, they're an 84 win team, 85 win team. Okay, cool. You're 20 games behind your rival.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. Colorado Rockies, 58.5.
Oh my God. That's under.
That's crazy that we're
the division is so strong is my problem with that. And to me, it's a lot more about the other team's strength than it is how bad the Rockies are. I also question mark how many of those guys are going to be around that are any talented for the long run.
All right, Baltimore Orioles, 87.5.
You didn't say anything.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm going to say over. I don't think they're going to be that bad.
I'm going to go over too. I'm going to go over because they're going to be like 63, 64.
Okay. Baltimore Orioles, 87.5.
Under.
I agree with you. Under. Boston Red Sox, 86.5.
Dude, buy heavy.
Pump it up, yeah. Toronto Blue Jays, they have 78.5.
Over. They're
I
going to be
agree.
74 and tied with the Mariners for the last playoff spot and play game 163.
Wow, you got specific on that. I like it. The New York Yankees, 89.5.
Way over.
Under.
90, they're a 94 win team.
Okay, I'm going under. I don't think they're constructed well. And the Tampa Bay Devil. I can't believe I just said the Devil Rays. The Tampa Bay Rays.
The Steinbrenner Field Yankees of Tampa Rays.
Yes. 81.5 for the Tampa Yankees.
Sorry, Kevin Cash. You can only perform
lower.
miracles so many times.
Here's an interesting division. The Kansas City Royals, 83.5.
Way over.
I'm with you.
Way over. 87 and a half is where I would have that number.
Okay, and I'd still go over.
86 and a half would create the line for me. Okay. I'm going to put a bet on that too.
Detroit Tigers, 83.5.
Under.
I'm with you there.
Offense. Anywhere Javier Baez touches, get out of
there. Cleveland Guardians, 82.5.
Under.
I'm with you. There are a lot of people who are really high on the Guardians. I am not one of them. And obviously you're not. Better, I was listening to MLB Network Radio. Farron and Duquette were super high on them.
I just don't see it. I don't. Yeah. Maybe I'm wrong. Like their second best offensive weapon gone. Jay Ram's not getting any younger. Quan, okay, great. I mean, they're going to drive the offense, but that's really it.
Let's see. Minnesota Twins, 84.5.
Over.
I got them under.
Ooh, no, I got to go under. I'm going to go under at 83 because they're going to be a game off of the other two of the Reds. They're going to be a game off of Toronto and the Mariners.
Okay, you ready? Chicago White Sox, 53.5.
Over.
Okay. I'm going to say over as well.
How many did they win last year? What was that?
What's that?
How many did they win last year?
41 and 121 last year.
Yeah, so I've got them over only because, I mean, dude, that's so historically bad. You're going to fall into some more wins than that. Last year, it became like a momentum thing of how bad they were. They're going to fall in. They already had a better winning percentage they had last year. So I'm going to go over.
Out of all of these teams, which is the one that you say, okay, I'm going to go put money on this later? This is a lock.
Two of them, Royals, A's.
It's like
because they're both so off. Like,
yeah,
I don't understand where you look at this Royals team and think they got worse. Like,
it doesn't make any sense.
Get it? Like they're maturing into it. Like, okay, Salvi, okay, maybe he's a year older. The pitching staff maybe not as great as last year. Yeah, but the offense is better. So, like, I don't see the pieces of the construction of this team thinking they got a worse team outside the fact that you think last year was a fluke. Well, you know, they rocked some ships last year. Like they kicked some people's asses.
Mm-hmm.
That's the one. And the A's, I just think are underplayed with the talent that they're coming. Like you got to understand the life cycle of A's. Every 3 years, like they completely revamp this thing. This is year 3. Like this is year 3, year 4. Like they're revamped. They're back in that stride, the playoff stride. They're on their way.
I would also include the Braves in that. You know, they have a number of 93.5. No Acuna in the beginning. You know, you lost Max Fried. You still don't know what you have with the rest of that pitching staff. I'll take the under on the 93.5, and I'd sleep like a baby.
I'm going to do it right now too. So you don't know this, but I did my entire team, my entire predictions with all the division winners, playoff teams, and I bet on it.
Oh,
and I put a $10 bet on every one of the winners.
That's interesting. I like it.
If I'm going to say it, I'm going to stand behind it, and I'm going to put my money on it.
Well,
I'm going to lose
I don't have
money.
extra money to be spending because I keep buying baseball cards.
That's a problem.
Well, that's true. All right. So I love this time of year right before the season because we get to do all our predictions. And we did our division predictions last week. We did our over-unders today. I want to do one more prediction set. What do you say we do our awards? But before we do that, I want to tell everybody that if you want to be a great pitcher like me, like David Aardsma, there's only one place to go, and that's Top Velocity Pro. Take it, David.
Top Velocity Pro, where you want to be if you want to be the best you can possibly be, come to Top Velocity Pro. We train throwers. It doesn't matter what type of thrower you are, outfield, infield, catcher, pitcher. We train pitchers. We train throwers of any type. We make you the very best you can possibly be, inside and out, from the ground up, from your training to your nutrition to mental handicaps that we both have. We can train that out of you and make you the best pitcher possible.
Have you seen my baseball? That's not the mental handicap we're talking about.
That works for baseball. We'll make this work.
Okay.
Throw a ball.
Frank and beans. All right. Let's go to the AL Manager of the Year. David, who do you have for your AL Manager of the Year?
AL Manager of the Year, because so many people doubt him. I got Aaron freaking Boone.
All right, you can have Boone, but I'll take the exact opposite. I will go with his arch rival, Mr. Alex Cora, who I believe will win the division.
I think it's either pick is going to be great. Alex Cora is going to get a lot of love because that team is going to be good, very good. Obviously going to be a playoff team, my number one wildcard team, and be pushing the Yankees all year. I just think there's going to be everything's lining up for the Yankees. You lose Juan Soto. I'm sorry, everything lines up for Aaron Boone to win this award for the Yankees. You lose Juan Soto, best player in free agency. Your number one ace gets hurt. Your rookie of the year gets hurt. Your Giancarlo Stanton, big power guy in the lineup, gets hurt. And that they just chug along and they end up winning the division. Dude, how do you not look at that team and go, you piece this together, great job. And to me, that's where it is. Everybody else is going to win their division. I think the next runner-up is going to be Texas. And the manager there, I just dying on my names right now. But I think he's going to be the runner-up to Aaron Blipping Boone.
Who do you have as your AL Rookie of the Year?
AL Rookie of the Year, Kobe Mayo. This guy's is a beast. He's a monster. He's going to come up and just wreck some baseballs for the Orioles.
All right. I'm going to take Jace Young for the Detroit Tigers. I've got a feeling about him.
That's actually, I actually think he's he's more likely. To me, it's when was Kobe, when is he going to hit and when he's going to get in there? Jace is a great player.
Yep. All right. Let's go to the AL Cy Young.
I stretched on this one a little bit. I wanted Logan Gilbert, and Logan's actually going to win it. But I'm going to say this: if Jacob deGrom is healthy, I think the Rangers are a team to be reckoned with, and Jacob deGrom's going to be comfy down there in Texas and just be dealing if he's healthy. I am gambling heavy on health right here.
Okay, well, I got the guy that you believe was going to win it anyway, so I got Logan Gilbert, and I just want to send some love to Carla on opening day. I picked one of your Mariners to win an award, Carla.
If Jacob deGrom shows any cracks of health, not healthy at all, it's going to be Logan Gilbert. That's why I think Logan Gilbert's going to win it. But if he is healthy for 28 starts, deGrom is it's going to be amazing.
All right, let's move on to NL Manager of the Year.
Oh, NL Manager of the Year, Craig. Oh, there you go.
Oh, I'm sorry. MVP. Jesus, I totally forgot the AL MVP. My mistake.
I got Gunnar. Gunner's going to go crazy, going to go off, and I think he's got so much momentum. Him and Bobby Witt. I think it's going to be 1-2. Judge. Judge is going to be a 3 in my opinion right now, but Gunnar.
Listen, I'm going to go with Bobby Witt. I know it's not a big leap. Everybody's saying Bobby Witt. But either way, I bought a lot of baseball cards from both of them. So either one of them, I'm fine with, to tell you the truth. All right, let's move on to NL Manager of the Year.
NL Manager of the Year, the division-winning Chicago Cubs, Craig Counsell. He's going to be pulling all the right strings. I just don't see anybody else that the Mets are going to be good, Phillies are going to be good, Dodgers are going to be good. They're all going to get that normal love. But I think Craig Counsell with the progression of the Cubs, there's just going to be a better storyline. And for you, the Terry Francona, the storyline, if he ends up pulling that thing off, Yeah, it's just such a better storyline than anybody else.
Yeah. I just love Tito. I just think there's so much good that he can do for a team. We've seen it happen before. All right. Your NL Rookie of the Year.
NL Rookie of the Year, the Chicago Cubs, Matt Shaw.
Okay. And I'm going to go with James Wood just because I want to keep singing the song from Family Guy. I love James Woods. Dun, dun.
You'll get to sing it no matter what. But Matt
Yeah.
Shaw will take the award away.
But I think he's going to have a nice year. I believe in James Wood. Big guy. He's kind of like Aaron Judge light. All
Not
right.
a bad thing to be.
Yeah. Then we have the NL Cy Young Award.
Oh, the healthy Spencer Strider. I'm betting on health. I'm betting on health. Spencer Strider, dude. This guy has looked so good in spring. Like, so good. Everything that you were expecting, he's come out and just dominating. It really, the idea, the thing is who's going to beat Paul Skeens is going to be the question.
I'm going to go with Zach Wheeler because, quite frankly, he's too good not to have won a Cy Young in his career, and it's going to happen eventually. So I'm going to keep going with Zach Wheeler every year until I'm right.
Yeah, Zach, come on, man. I want him to get. I want him, my ex-teammate, dude. We're boys.
Yeah, I mean, good dude, great pitcher. And you know what? He's the only Philly that Mets fans can't hate because we know that if we didn't have a stupid owner at the time, he would have stayed as a Met. So we kind of like, oh, that's our lost son.
Just, you don't have to root for him. You're just not necessarily rooting against him.
Yeah, we just don't hate him. No, we can root for him when he's not playing the Mets.
Like, just skip a start.
Yeah. And finally, the NL MVP. Who do you have, Mr. Aardsma?
I had to bet. This Juan Soto is going to get so much love. It's going to be a joke. I mean, honestly, it could be Ellie, it could be Juan Soto. It's going to be Ohtani if he does what he does. Just if he has a normal year, it's going to be Ohtani. My thing is just Juan Soto in the Mets. You're doubling down on New York media, and if that team comes out playing good, he's going to have so much media. I don't think there's anybody that you're gonna start having the Trout effect with Ohtani. You're just gonna look at that and be like, it's not 50-50, even though he hit 40 and is win 15 games. You make, but it's not 50-50. You're gonna have this like effect that it's just becoming so blah what he does that Juan Soto is gonna have such a media pump. I don't think it's the Lindor effect of last year. Like there were legitimately 4 players in baseball in the NL could have been MVP. He had second place. The other 2 guys had better years the entire year. And then all of a sudden there's a great team. So it's Lindor. He's going to have that effect.
All right. I'm going to go with Ellie because, like you said, it's not going to be 50-50. But Ellie went 25 and 60 last year. I expect his home runs to improve. Maybe his stolen bases go down. If he goes 33 and 55, give him the NL MVP right now.
That's pretty impressive. Yeah.
I mean, and you're talking about, pumping up guys with, their press coverage and all that. Hey, and Ellie's already on the cover of MLB The Show 2025. He's got that smile, he's got that drip that, the kids like. I can see them really pushing for Ellie.
He's going to get so much love. I just don't think he'll have enough boost early on. I mean, the Juan Soto thing is just match made in heaven. Just everything's gonna be just like, oh, Juan Soto, like, oh, Juan Soto. MVP awards and Rookie of the Years are won on media hype. Yeah. That's it. Cy Youngs are a lot different. Cy Young's like a little bit more like data and stats. MVP's media hype, and people will love Ellie. Juan's gonna be in another stratosphere on just the love. Every single good thing he does is going to be just pumped so much. I've got one more prediction, James.
Okay, go for it.
The best pitcher in baseball will not win an award. Sandy Alcantara will, or Contra, I don't even know how to say it. He is going to be one of the best pitchers in baseball. The problem is he's not going to spend enough time in either league.
Okay, I like that prediction. That's cool. Yeah. I don't agree with you. I think it's going to take him a little time to get back to form. I can see him being the best pitcher in the second half, but we'll see. But when he's on, he is as good as anybody in baseball. And it's a shame that, it's really messed up that the Marlins don't have a rotation of Jose Fernandez and freaking Sandy Alcantara for like 3 or 4 years where they could have possibly been a contender, because this Marlins team is just a disgrace of an organization.
Don't forget like Lopez. I mean, there's Lopez. I mean, the amount of pitchers that have gone through there. Was it Luzardo too? Was there, and like, dude, the amount of guys that were there that were just dominating as Marlins and just that front office, and they're not moving them for dudes either. Like they're not moving them for like you're seeing the Nationals go through an entire branding of themselves by getting rid of one player. These guys have gotten rid of 4 or 5, and they haven't even progressed.
Yeah, but that one player, of course, was a generational type talent. Let's not.
Yeah, but it's one player to one team, and they got all like they basically are creating the next generation of the Nationals. But you don't need a generational type player to improve a team like that. Like the Marlins have had a lot of great players that they've traded and moved, and you're not seeing the fruit. Like you don't need 7 players like the Nationals basically got. You just need like 2.
Yeah.
And they need to hit, though. But that's the problem. They don't hit on those guys.
Right. I mean, the Marlins had this all began years ago, probably like 10 years ago, when they traded Yelich and Stanton and really didn't get anything back for them.
Exactly.
That was a big problem.
At least like the Rays, when the Rays do it, they get things back. When the Nats did it, they got things back.
Yeah. All right. Well, guys, let us know what you think. Who do you think is going to be the awards winners? Let us know who the MVP is. Obviously, David thinks he's right. I know I'm right. But let us know what you think, and we will discuss it at a later show. Now, it is almost the end of the show, but we can't finish closers unless we pull out the Mount Rushmore for the Houston Astros. All right, David, this is all you. I let you choose your Mount Rushmore every week so I can make fun of you. And I have a feeling this is going to be a pretty easy one. So why don't you start off? Who's number 1 on your Mount Rushmore?
Mount Rushmore of the Houston Astros. Now we're talking about opening day. My first team that I ever played against in Major League Baseball was the Houston Astros. They were National League at the time.
Yeah, you're that old.
They're National League Central. I am that old. The very first batter I ever faced in Major League Baseball history, Craig Biggio.
Okay, Craig Biggio, the catcher, second baseman extraordinaire, the Hall of Famer. I've never actually had the opportunity to talk to Craig. Have you? What kind of guy is he?
Yeah, I had an opportunity to talk to him. He was very reserved when I talked to him. So Kevin Biggio was with the Blue Jays when I was there, so it was kind of a neat moment to coach his son, and the first guy I ever played against in Major League Baseball. I got to talk to him about it. Got to meet Craig when he was there at one of the games. It was kind of neat. It was a neat little moment. He was great, respectful. But I've heard great things about him. And again, playing at Rice and then Houston's right there, like. You had a lot of connections with the Astros, and so I had never heard anything bad about him. Loved him. Tough as nails. This guy was gritty, tough. Obviously, catcher turned into where did he end up playing?
Second base.
Second.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was just amazing what he's able to do. But he ended up playing. Where did he end up playing? He ended up playing like third base too, though, right?
Yeah, I think he moved around a few different places.
Yeah, because when they had Jeff Kent was second base. When I played against him, he was not second base. Obviously, Hall of Famer, 4 Gold Gloves, 5 Silver Sluggers. He franchise all-time leader in hits, runs, doubles, hit by pitch. I mean, the hit by pitch thing, it was always like fun because that's like he always got hit by pitch. Just gritty little guy. He was like Altuve before Altuve.
Okay. Who do you have next? I got a feeling it's going to be another B person.
Another B. I gotta go Jeff Bagwell. Actually, the number 1 Astro in WAR over a career. This guy was like, his batting stance was just iconic. Power. 15 years with the Astros. 297 batting average. 1,500 RBIs. 449 home runs. The all-time leader for the Astros in both of those, 4-time All-Star, 3 Silver Slugger, Gold Glove, Hall of Famer. Dude, like forearms and just the way. Yeah, I see the way he sat in the box.
It looks like he's on a freaking horse.
What?
He looks like he's sitting on a horse.
Yeah, he's just, dude, his legs were just monster. Yeah, just a stud.
All right. Who do you got next?
Who do I have next? I've got Jose Cruz. Cruz.
Okay, why Jose Cruz?
Well, one, his son, just a little story. His son was the head coach at Rice, Jose Cruz Jr., Rice great, Rice legend. Ended up just getting let go like 2 weeks ago. But I played with his other son, Enrique Cruz, at Rice, and then his grandson was at Rice. So he has a huge Rice connection there. Just an overall stud, incredible, great player. 1,900 games with the Astros, 292 batting average, 553 extra base hits, 288 stolen bases, 2 All-Stars, 2 Silver Sluggers, all-time leader in triples, if that really matters, if that's really a thing. Cheo, just a incredible player, great guy, huge in the Houston community as far as like his just knowledge and name around the baseball. Puerto Rico, just incredible baseball player, and really defined a kind of offense for those 70s, 80s Astros.
All right. And who is your last player?
My last player currently on the Astros, Jose Altuve.
Jose Altuve, that little cheater. Why do you like Jose Altuve?
Hey, a lot has to be said about those years, right? Obviously, a lot of that brings into question. There's no doubt brings into question. But you're looking at this like 2-time World Series champion, ALCS MVP, 6-time Silver Slugger, 8-time All-Star, 1,600 games, almost 1,700 games with the Astros, or maybe like that, maybe over 1,700 now. 1,700 games with the Astros, 307 batting average. I mean, what can you say? I mean, at the end of the day, like, yeah, we're going to talk about the cheating scandal, but he's still incredible baseball player. Still trying to find it now in left field, but so many comps with him and Biggio, and I actually think he might be arguably a better baseball player than Biggio. It's just if you got it, it's the cheating is going to always carry so much weight. Yeah.
I don't know why. When I look at him, I just think about Turtle from Entourage.
I see it. 100%. He's probably about the same height, 5'6".
Yep. So we got 2 Bs and 2 Jose's.
2 Bs, 2 Jose's.
All right. Who is your first man out?
Another one of those Bs, Lance Berkman.
Okay. I can see that. Great ball player. Really underrated. I loved watching him play. And finally, who is your guy that if they keep on this track could crack into the top 4?
Could legitimately crack into this. Like there's a lot of these guys that you're not sure if they'll ever make it. Yordan Alvarez. This guy has been an absolute stud since the moment he's gotten to the big leagues. Incredible power hitter. He's only been in for five years. He has an MVP 3, an MVP 13, an MVP 9, Rookie of the Year. I mean, power just through the roof, 164 home runs already, and it's really only been 4. He had 4 years, and then the 2020 year doesn't really, kind of sucks because that counts as a year. That's going to suck with a lot of these guys, like prime of their careers. Like the dude had 27 home runs a year before that. Like that's another 30-some home runs that he's going to miss out on in his career. It's just going to kind of suck. I think he was hurt, though, too, during that year, or maybe there was something he ended up missing the year. But this dude's a stud. And he has a borderline chance of passing Altuve. I just don't know if he'll ever pass him in Astro lore. Astro love, and like the World Series, and like the kind of being the captain of the team and being the guy that you always like couldn't do it and then he did type of thing. Yordan is the complete opposite of that. He's a monster, but he is going to be looked upon at one day as one of the best Astros to have ever walked the Astrosism. Then there's great players that didn't make this list, and that's the thing about it. Like there's Nolan Ryan, right? And there's some other players that spent some time in for the Astros that just didn't play there long enough. I mean, even Randy Johnson, his years are like wow, like Roger Clemens, like, but these guys just didn't spend and have enough of their time, and even Beltran.
Right.
Like that's not enough of his years in Houston to really be on this list. Like you talk about Jeff Kent, Roy Oswald could easily have been on a list like this, but they just not quite on that level.
See, it's interesting. You mentioned Nolan Ryan, and I was looking at Nolan Ryan's numbers before, and Nolan Ryan spent more time in Houston than he did any other team.
Yep. Yeah.
But he's not on your list over here, so it makes me wonder where you're going to put Nolan Ryan. But we'll talk about that another time. But it was interesting. How are you spending opening day? Before we go, what are you doing? Are you doing anything special opening day? Are you watching it in a special spot? Are you grabbing the boys? What's going on?
Practice.
Oh, how come you didn't go to opening day?
I know, but there's a difference between coming up with stuff to do and your child's like sports that like they have to be ready and prepared for, right? Like JD's, it's football practice. You can't really miss that when you have only a certain amount of games and you're the quarterback. So,
well, the quarterbacks usually get special treatment. Look at Aaron Rodgers. He got to go to Egypt instead of going to practice.
Yeah, that's fine. When you've got like 4 MVPs, you can do whatever you want.
Oh, there you go. Well, no, keep my future client in practice. I need to make money for my retirement. I need that 15%. So, yeah, I think I'm just going to sit on my favorite spot on the couch later on when I'm done with my medical appointment. I am going to sit down. I'm going to watch the New York Metropolitans beat those cheating Houston Astros and start the season off 1-0.
They're in Houston, though, right?
Yeah, they're in Houston.
They're in Houston to start the year,
which is another reason why I didn't go to opening day today, because they're not here. But it sucks. I never get to go to opening day, so like never get to go to the home opener. My buddy Tommy gets to go all the time, every year. It's awesome. Lucky him. But,
all right, when is the home opener?
I'm not really sure, actually.
Come on, man.
Dude, what's the difference? I'm not going to the stadium.
It's probably going to be Monday or Tuesday, right?
Something like that. Yeah, let's look it up right now while we're on the Mets schedule.
I got them going to Miami.
When are you going to Miami?
No, I got the Mets going to Miami.
Oh, you got the Mets going to Miami. I was about to say, you're going to Miami and I wasn't informed. Let's see. So
I can't go past that.
Their home opener is Friday the 4th against the Blue Jays.
Are you going to go to it, James?
No, I have to work that day. I have to work then. So I'm not going to be able to, but I am going Saturday to see the Cardinals on the 17th.
The Cardinals on the 17th, that would be your first chance to go?
Yeah.
There's nothing that night. They're giving something away almost every other night except for that night.
It's okay. But the good news is my buddy Tommy gave me the tickets for free, so I'm
Brandon Nimmo hoodie jersey day on the 18th.
Oh, wow.
Ooh,
I can't miss out on
Mr. Met Empire State Building bobblehead day on the 19th.
Okay, enough about the Mets schedule, because I don't think our listeners really care about the Mets schedule.
They care about Mr. Mets. That is legit.
You'll be able to get it on eBay that night, I promise you.
Maybe.
And with that being said, I'm James. He's David Aardsma. Make sure you like, make sure you subscribe, make sure you comment, and we'll see you very soon.